Well, here we go. Happy Friday after Thanksgiving. This is a pre-recorded workout, but it's going to be awesome just the same. I hope that you had wonderful festivities with your friends and family, and I hope that you enjoyed every morsel that you ate. So, what I want to make sure is today that you're hydrated. I'm sure that you had plenty of calories yesterday, but I hope that your morning is off to a great start nonetheless. Whether you've had breakfast or you like working out fasted. Sometimes I do like working out fasted myself. I wouldn't recommend it unless you just are feeling like you want to do something like that and your body's used to it. Go into it easy. But for today, I want you to have your water bottle by you, and then I'm breaking these videos up into two different sections. Today is going to be, or this video is going to be the lower body portion, and then I will stretch this out, and then I will click on over and record another one for the upper body. So look out for two different videos on the Facebook page. So what you're going to need today is you're going to need a band that you can wrap around your thighs. We're going to have a weight for a kettlebell, but you can have a standard weight if you don't have a kettlebell. And that's pretty much all the tools that we need to get started today. Everything else is going to be body weight. So let's get going. Of course, I always want to start with warm-ups. So my favorite warm-ups are, as you know, the side marching with twist. Just get everything going and then add it to the ceiling. One of the benefits for all of these movements is it loosens up your hips. It gets you into some different twisting motions that we normally don't get into during the day when we're just sitting like this or driving. You know, unless you have an active job, you tend to not do things like that too often. And when you do, you reach out and, oh, my back, right? So we want to keep everything limber. So let's do some side bends, back and forth. Stretch everything out. Let's do some high kicks. All right. Now, you know I like to do a lot of hip opening things for my warm-ups also. So let me square these off better. What I want to do is come down. I'm going to adjust the angle real quick of the camera and not get snagged on some of these wires. And you can see the floor a little bit better. All right. So for these hip openers, we're going to come down here. We're going to start with your feet straight. Just go side to side. And then bring your feet in a little bit more and then out and go side to side a little bit more. This time, I want you to try to keep both of your hips on the ground rather than rocking this way. We're just going to try to see how much true internal rotation you have. And then bring them wide out and then come to a 90-degree angle with both legs. So we've got 90, 90, 90, 90. Try to keep your knees on the ground the best that you can. And then slowly come out to the other side. And excellent. So let's begin today's workout. So the first exercise, I'm going to adjust the screen one more time. Sorry about all this movement. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a squat to a curtsy, squat to another curtsy. Now, you can add weights to this if you want. We're going to have a lot of volume this time, so this is going to really warm up the legs. So we're going to do each one of those, squat, curtsy, squat, other curtsy, and that counts as one. We're going to do 10 of those. Then the next exercise is going to be with your kettlebell. And you're going to go as wide as you can, toes facing forward. And I call these side to side gliding lunges. So you don't really want to step or sit up. You want to glide all the way to the other side and row your elbow back once you pass the kettlebell or dumbbell. And then the third exercise is going to be, we're going to wrap the band around the knees like you're putting pants on. We're going to go side, side, back and forth 20 times. So let's go ahead and begin with the squats to curtsies. So squat, curtsy, squat, curtsy. That's 1. Keep it going. That's 2. Squat, curtsy, squat. 3. Squat, curtsy, squat. That's 4. Squat, curtsy, squat. That's 5. Squat, curtsy, squat. That's 6. Squat, curtsy, squat. That's 7. Squat, curtsy, squat. That's 8. Squat, curtsy, squat. 9. We got one more. Squat, curtsy, squat. Awesome. Let's go grab our weight. Okay, feet as wide as you can get them. Toes facing forward. 1, 2. I forgot to tell you how many of these we're doing. 10 each. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna count off. This is 9, 10. We got 10 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. Now, let's put the bands on, and we're gonna do 20 of these, which equals 10 per leg, if you wanna think of it that way. All right, so get in kind of a half squat position. We're gonna start feet kind of together, to the side, and then to the side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. So let's have a quick break. Hope your water bottle's next to you. We're gonna have you go grab a quick drink, and then we're gonna do this set again. So have a quick sip, and we'll be right back. All right, back to the curtsy and squat. Okay, here we go. Squat, curtsy, squat, curtsy. That's 1. Curtsy. That's 2. That's 3. Keep it going. 4. I was ahead of myself on that. And this is 5. Keep it going. Squat, curtsy, squat, and 6. Squat, curtsy, squat. 7. Curtsy, squat. 8. Squat, curtsy, squat. 9. Squat, curtsy, squat. Last one, 10. Grab your weight for the side to side gliding lunge. However you want to call this, I like the side to side glide. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. Grab your straps again, or your bands, or whatever you have laying around the house so you can have some tension around your knees. Whoops. It is all tied up. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Woo! Awesome. Okay, have a quick drink, and then I'll come back to you with a new set of exercises. All right, so the next 3 exercises we're going to do is we're going to put the bands on. We're going to keep them on for 2 of these exercises and take them off. First one's going to be a glute press, followed by clams, followed by an L-sit, raising your feet over an obstacle. So I'm going to use the kettlebell that we just had as my obstacle, but that's the only weight that we need. If you don't have your kettlebell handy, or if you have a dumbbell, you can have it upright, but we want to make sure it doesn't fall on you. So if you have books or yoga blocks, we're going to just use them as an obstacle to move our feet over and around. That'll make sense when we start doing it. But let's get this going. We're going to put the bands around our knees again, and then we're going to go into our glute bridge. So around the knees. You probably could be smarter than I did right now and lay down first and then put the straps around. But that's your choice if you want to be smarter than I am currently in that moment. So, all right, lay down on your back. Allow your spine to go down into the ground. So you don't want an arch in your back. You want a pelvic tilt down so that you can feel that there's no arch in your back. I want you to push your heels into the ground and actually lift your toes up off of the ground. And I think that activates your glutes more. I know it does. But it also activates your tibialis, which is a very undertrained muscle that helps stabilize a lot of your movement, and it helps bulletproof your knees from injury. So you definitely want to get a lot of workouts that involve your tibialis, even indirectly. So keep your knees apart. Let's do 20 of these. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Here we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now for the clams, I want you to roll over to your side. I don't want your head to be pushed up by your hand because I don't want you to have a crooked neck, and I don't want you to have a crick in your neck either after doing these. So I want your spine to be straight. Support your head with your shoulder, just not with your head like this. Okay, and then what we do is you're going to line up your spine and then line up your hips and your heels all together. You don't want to rock back and forth. You want to keep everything tight, keep your core tight, and then you're going to pull from the top knee, and then we're going to do that 20 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. All right, let's move your body to the other side. So I'm going to be laying on my left side now, raising my right knee up, securing my head. All right. Stabilize everything, secure your core, everything's tight. Make sure you're not rocking your pelvis back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Excellent. Okay. Now for the L-sits I was talking about, you need to grab a weight or blocks or even books. I'm going to use this kettlebell, drag it over here, and put it right in front of me. Now what my object is to lift my legs over that while I'm in this seated position. So my hands are behind me, the weight's right here, you can see it. And I'm gonna lift my legs up and then come around. We'll do that 20 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, wait, there's more. I want to do that a single leg at a time, like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring both of them over and do 10 more with the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. So grab a quick drink of water. We're going to do that set one more time. All right. So grab those bands again, put them around your knees. See, I was smarter this time, I sat down. All right. Okay, so right above your knees, bring your heels to your glutes. Bring your toes up, make sure your spine is low, pushing against the mat. And here we go, keep the knees wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. So bring your knees to the side. Secure your head with your shoulder, not your hand. Make sure there's no rocking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome, let's go over to the other side. All right, remember, not hand, but shoulder, securing your head. Core is tight, no rocking of your hips. And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. So let's sit back up. We're going to do the L-sits with the legs lifting over a weight. Kettlebell, book, yoga block, whatever you got. Okay, here we go. Get into that position, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and into the single leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. So that's that set. Go grab yourself a quick drink of water, and then we'll be right back for some stretching. All right. So we worked a lot on the legs and the glutes. Try to put two words together. So we're going to stretch a lot of the glutes today. What I want you to do for the first stretch, there's a couple of things you could do. You could do the pigeon stretch from yoga, which is going to be your foot up here, kind of at an angle like this, and then you roll the hips over this way. Is a great one, and then you can come down to your elbows if you can. You can also come down to your head if you want to. You can also extend that while you're in that pose. Stretch that out, and then reach back, and then grab your foot so that you're now stretching your quad and your glute at the same time. Or if you can't get into that pose, then a figure 4 shape on your back like you were doing the glute bridges is good. Instead of laying down, I'm going to offer this one to you, is to put one knee over and then bring this knee close. Use your hands and push your glutes closer to your heels, and then from there put a slight push of your hips forward, and you're going to get a very good stretch in your right glute if that's the foot that's on top of the other knee. So we're going to hang out here for about 40 seconds. If you were already in the pigeon and holding for that long, you can probably switch by now. When you're doing these static stretches at home, definitely encourage you to do a slow count of 30 to 40. If you want to hold on to that a little bit longer, by all means, but a minimum of 30 true seconds, which is why I say 40 seconds if people are counting, because you tend to count faster when you're under pressure. So, speaking of pressure, let's go ahead and switch. Speaking of pressure, what I want you to imagine while you're stretching is that your body is absolutely relaxed. You are a wet noodle. Try to breathe through your nose and out. And try to slow it down, especially on the exhale. Breathe a little bit longer than on the inhale. Really calm your breathing down, slow your heart rate, and you can ease yourself into the stretch better. When your nervous system is relaxed, you're able to stretch deeper into your pose. So that's about 40 seconds on this side. Let's slowly come out of that. And then what I want to do is this S stretch, is what I call it. So your legs are kind of in this S shape, like this. And I want to lean backwards. Your toe is out here. I'm going to lean backwards, push your hip forward, and we're focusing on this hip flexor right here. You can go low to the ground if you want, as long as you feel stable. You may want to bolster, or you can even use one of these balls to go behind you. As long as you're safe, that is the biggest thing. You don't want any pressure or too much pressure on your knees or your ankles. I know my ankle's going off to the side this way and my knee is all the way to the ground. But that being said, I've been doing these poses for years. My joints and tendons and ligaments are all used to this stuff. So if you're not able to do that and your knee is like way up here, don't force your body to do what it's not ready to do yet. Just go to where it's slightly feeling pressure and pulling, not pain. So let's bring that up. Let's go ahead and twist to the other side into this S position, and then go backwards. Same position, push up, kind of like squeezing your glute. Put the hip up and you're gonna feel all of that right back in there. Again, make sure that you're not torquing any joint. You don't want it to feel pain in the joint. You want to feel a stretch in the muscle. Gonna hang out here for another 15 seconds or so. All right, now I'm gonna slowly bring us out of this. And that is gonna be the lower body portion of today's workout. I'm gonna group it into two videos, so look out for the upper body. It's coming up next.